Alright, so a little bit of a backstory. I was looking for an HSS style Strat guitar. The main criteria for the guitar was that it was supposed to be pink. There aren't that many choices out there at the moment. I think Ibanez AZ 2204 is just coming out in a pink version, but it's like over $2,000, 2,000 euros, pounds, wherever you're at. I just feel like that's a very large amount of money to spend on a guitar, especially here in Scandinavia, where it gets really dry during the winters. You don't know how your guitar is going to react to the dryness. I've had fret sprout on really expensive guitars, and I like sworn to never buy any expensive, which is obviously subjective, but any high-end guitars, again, even with a humidifier, you don't know what's gonna happen. So the Ibanez was a no-go. Of course, they had like the AZ Essentials, but I was looking for something a little bit more high-end. What I was looking for was for something to replace my number one, which is the Fiesta Red Japanese Strat I have right there. The Yamaha Pacific Standard Plus just came out. That one looked amazing, but this one is about 500 euros, dollars, whatever, less. Maybe 400, I don't know. So this one is made in Japan. I got it for 900 euros approximately as a B stock from Thomann. And I would easily pay the full price, which is like 1,100 or something like that. It's definitely worth that. So this guitar falls under a kind of weird category, which I feel is kind of unoccupied in the guitar world, which is that kind of modern thing, but it looks kind of traditional, because in most cases I feel like the modern guitars, they look like you're about to play a fusion gig. Like I'm not very interested in the quilted maples and the transparent finishes or what have you. I just kind of want the standard finishes. I want it to look fairly traditional, but I want it, I don't want the 7.25 radius. I've had my issues with that, but so I'm quite blown away by this guitar. I'm really excited to have it, and I find myself picking it up every time I play guitar, which is practically every day. So if I talk about the specs for a bit, you have Goto, however you pronounce it, Goto tuners, kind of the vintage style tuners. I think this is like a synthetic bone nut. I don't know. If you know what the material of the nut is, please let me know in the comments, because I can't find it. It's very well cut though. This comes strung with 10 to 46 gauge strings, which is nice, I guess. I play 9s, so it's a bit weird for me to play. Can't really bend normally and stuff like that. I haven't gotten used to it. I'm changing it to 9s. I wanted to keep everything original for this video, but just so you know, it comes with 10 to 46. The frets are medium. I don't know what that means. If it means medium jumbo, I have no clue. 22 of them. FGN use what they call the circle fretting system. I have no idea if it actually makes a difference. Basically what they say is that it's supposed to help with intonation and tone. I have no idea if those claims are true, but it feels really good to play. I wouldn't have noticed that it's a different fretting system if they hadn't said so, and it even says so on the tag that comes with the guitar. What I can say though is that the frets are really, really well handled. I'll show you some videos of the fret edges, but it's amazing. No sharp edges. And like I said, I had it for a month. It's cold as right here. Starting to get warmer. Haven't noticed anything changing with the fretboard. Good sign. They're not that rolled, to be honest. There's a lot of hype around rolled edges, which can feel really nice, but you can feel that this is not a particularly rolled fretboard. but it still feels great. So the pickups are FGN branded pickups. The single coils are, the best way to describe it, I think, quite modern sounding. That's just kind of how I feel when I play it and I hear them. Kind of scooped, not like a Fender single coil. It's not like a bell-like single coil tone. It's more like a scooped sound with, you know, that kind of metallic-y string attack thing. I don't know how to describe it. Hopefully you know what I mean. What I can add though is they are very quiet. They don't specify that they're noiseless single coils or something, but when I switch to the humbucker and I switch to one of the single coils, it's basically the same amount of hum. So I feel like that's really weird that they don't market it. If it is noiseless, I don't know, but it is not very noiseful. You know, they're fine. I might replace these in the future. Like I said, I'm kind of more on the Fender side of things when it comes to single coils. So the humbucker in the bridge is fine. I feel like I get the sound I want from it, unlike the single coils maybe. It seems to be like a medium output, not like a super high output. The bridge is actually FGN branded as well. I feel like it's one of those go-to copies. Whammy bar, you just pull it out. You got a rubber gasket here, just push it in. Comes set up floating. I'm not a tremolo user, probably will be blocking this bridge, but like I said, I wanted to keep everything as it came out of the box. The bridge feels really good. As a non-tremolo user who's been using the tremolo, it feels really smooth to use. Guitar stays in tune relatively well. We'll do a mandatory dive bomb test later. Volume, 5-way, coil tap switch for the humbucker, and a master tone. Now, so the volume pot is actually not as close as it would be on a Fender Stratocaster. The coil tap switch I could do without. I never understood coil tapping bridge humbuckers. I never seem to be getting that tone I'm looking for like you would get from a bridge single coil, but it's here regardless. I would kind of prefer for the volume to be here instead and skip this, but it's there if you like that sound. The cutaway here on the back, I love the look of the neck plate. The cutaway is very mild. It's not like one of those extreme kind of Charvel Ibanez cutaways, but it's nice. Okay, so I forgot to mention it has a compound radius, goes from 10 to 14 approximately. They specify it in millimeters, but it's basically 10 to 14. It feels great to play, feels amazing. The neck is definitely the highlight of this guitar, and for me the neck is the most important part of the guitar. All this can be changed if I want to. Don't know if I'm gonna, we'll see. Don't know yet. It's new. I love playing it, that's all that matters. You got a U-shaped neck, which is kind of unusual, but for me feels fantastic. Not that far from a C shape. It's quite a modern U shape, so somewhere between a D shape and a C shape maybe. It's not very thick, it's not too thin, but of course that's subjective. But the neck is the reason why I'm really falling in love with this guitar. The only defect that I can find is that the side dots on the 12th fret seem to be different sizes, or not parallel with each other. That's the only defect I can find on this guitar. Everything else is, you know, A grade. So if you're thinking about getting one of these, I would say go for it. Definitely go for it. It's probably the best feeling guitar I've played. But of course that's subjective, but it feels really high quality. I hate that saying that it's really good for the money. This one is really good, period. It's fantastic. You know, I would say get one. I even got this as a B stock, you know, with the mindset that I'm probably gonna send it back. I just wanted to try one, and you know, never putting it down. I haven't played any of my other guitars since I got this one. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Don't ask me what the nut material is. Dive bomb test. Thank you for checking out this video. I hope it helped in your decision making to get your new guitar. I really recommend this one. I cannot recommend it enough. It's a great guitar, period, not just for the money, but it is a great guitar for the money. Get one if you can, if you have the opportunity. If you enjoyed this, then please consider to subscribe. I might do more gear reviews like this in the future. I don't know. I just felt like it, so I did it. I might feel like it in the future. I don't know. Right now I'm starving. Thank you for watching.